Hey, Cricket!
Hi, Hobo.
Just saw Star Wars. And the TV was perfect.
Yeah, the TV itself, what was on it was not so great.
Yeah, I didn't care for it.
I fell asleep.
Ah!
Minor literally falls asleep during a freaking movie that is so loud we could hear it through a spaceship.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't
And sound doesn't even travel through space, so
Yeah,
the
but
fact that he's able to hear...
I am quite livid about this. I don't understand how this works.
It's a giant TV in space. Just respect it. Respect the vibe.
Don't question it.
Elon Musk got a TV instead of a car.
You're killing our vibe. Killing our vibe.
Sure, whatever.
So are we gonna get to talk about this movie in the third dimension?
Oh, wait, I need to turn on the interdimensional thingy then. Shit, fuck. Where is it? Let's see if I can get this.
Cricket makes dumb sounds.
That did nothing.
Except you're Vader now.
I have meat hands.
I have a third dimension.
I don't have blue hair.
Meat hands.
I have too much of a third dimension.
And there's Star Wars memorabilia everywhere.
Whose house is this?
Let's just say it's hobos and end it there.
Sure, let's do that. I can't get this off. Right? Come on! Oh god, that felt weird. Oh god. My face.
Just hit any button. I think it will play a James Earl Jones thing.
There we go.
That's just James
Fake
Earl Jones.
buttons.
That's just James Earl Jones getting out of bed in the morning. 'Cause he's fat.
They probably
Okay.
that machine.
So now you get to see us in the real space if you've never seen us before.
I will protect his baby children with my life.
So this is going to be our, one would say, Life Day special. This is a spoiler-free review of The Rise of Skywalker. I am the fabulous hobo, fearless, and non-blue hair right now.
I am minor.
He fell asleep. He doesn't even qualify anymore.
Yeah.
He's just here because it's punishment now.
Yeah, this is what you get. You need
I
to turn.
saw some parts.
he saw Babu Frick at the end of the movie, by the way.
You did?
Yeah,
Don't
that's
you
all.
love him?
He was adorable.
That's all you need to know about this movie. As far as I'm concerned, you saw the fucking thing.
So go on, introduce yourself.
I'm Cricket.
And I'm Cosmonaut.
And we're Rotten Brains Productions. Officially, really, this is our first actual video after we've actually become a company.
Woohoo!
So we're a real life company.
Woo!
Now. We're a real production company now. We have all the licensing and shit.
I'm just gonna keep making these Ric Flair noises for as long as this channel exists.
Go for it.
Yeah, that's
Don't
fine.
care.
Woo! Company. We're a company now, not just a channel. We're beyond the
Yeah.
channel now.
We're
setting up a website, but it's...
Slow go.
But, any which way, getting on to the point. This is a spoiler-free review of new Star Wars movie. Probably can't see him. Stormtrooper. These are all, none of these belong to us except for this comic and that video game. Everything else is
I don't think I can
Brocia's.
see the comic.
Everything else is Brocia's, our musician.
I
so.
should have brought my Star Wars stuff. I have a bunch of action figures and fucking. I have little model ships and I should have brought some of that stuff.
I have no idea where all of my stuff is.
I have comics.
So let's go through our life of Star Wars, I guess, for each of us.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll start and I'll just explain Miner's thing anyway. He's basically has no idea what Star Wars is except for the cartoon.
That's it.
Yeah, he still doesn't remember any of the characters' names. But as we just proved
I
before
know
turning on
Luke.
anything here, this motherfucker knows the storyline of Call of Duty
Is that
Zombies.
battery okay? The light is flashing, blinking.
That's fine.
That means it's recording.
That means it's recording.
I know, but it's blinking instead of being solid.
Oh my god.
Blinking means it's recording.
Okay.
The drones. The drones. So yeah, I grew up. I watched the original trilogy. Didn't really care for them that much as a kid. I wasn't really interested. I was the opposite of all the kids. They're like, I want a lightsaber. I want this. I want that. I don't care. Then I watched the prequel stuff. I still really didn't care. Darth Maul happened to be one of the coolest characters. Didn't really care for any of the other characters. Honestly, Qui-Gon was pretty cool, and then I got to read the books and the comics after that, and I fell in love. Cade Skywalker is my favorite Star Wars character. He's not even canon anymore. Still my favorite. Yeah, that's kind of my history with it. I've never really enjoyed the movies. I've just always enjoyed the extra stuff. So that's why I thought it was good to get all four of us on here, because we all have different perspectives. I happen to be big in the books and the comics. I love that stuff.
Well, I mean, I don't have that big a perspective.
You just have the... That's why we brought you in, though. You're the noob perspective.
You're an outsider coming in.
Yeah, you have no idea what Star Wars is. That was the whole point of you seeing the film, but not falling asleep. Cricket, what do you want to... What's your history with Star Wars?
Let's see. I remember seeing, like... I remember the original movies being played for me as a baby, being played for me to fall asleep to. I was given the toys and stuff for Christmas without really knowing much about the story until later when I finally rewatched stuff. And the first trilogy, it's okay. I liked it. The prequel trilogy I got more into because of the actual war, because of the droid designs. I was older and I was studying how this stuff was shaped and designed and learning about how these things were. And that interested me far more than the lightsaber swooshy swooshy space magic.
Can understand the Separatists are pretty cool.
Yeah.
What are they called? BX? No, X1? No.
The B2 droids?
B2 droids, yeah. They're literally my favorites. Especially the ones with individual personalities.
Like Mr. Bones?
Yeah. And the gonk droids, man.
Yes.
Gonk droids are just walking batteries, and I love them. I would follow an entire movie that's just a gonk droid's life.
I want to
Fucking
see...
walking around.
Imagine a heavy...
Charging shit.
Imagine a weaponized gonk droid.
But it would die, because its own battery life is its own rechargeable battery. It gives up its life, basically, to charge other stuff. Then once it dies, you have to recharge the whole gonk droid. It doesn't generate power like that.
I like the way they walk. I like how they kind of waddle.
Yeah, they're basically just two bins glued to each other with, like, tiny little legs.
The legs are like... I love them. I love how they're designed.
So, what's
It's
your
so
history?
I watched them as a kid. I loved them as a kid. I loved them a lot. And
What about-
I loved all the little... when I was a kid, I had, like, the cross-sections, the Star Wars cross-section book. And I fucking loved that. I remember before I had it in the library of our elementary school, they had that book, and every boy in the class was always fighting over who gets to take out this book next. We always wanted to look at the ships and their engines and the shit, and it was always a fight, and it was always like backlog. Like, okay, now this boy is, and the girls never wanted it because they don't know anything. They don't understand spaceships. They don't care. They're girls. So, like, we're always, I'm going to be the next person to take out the Star Wars cross. So I always liked Star Wars. It's great.
So obviously you never went to school with Brosha.
No.
Because if you did, you'd have to fight her over that book.
Yeah, and I always loved, I was always a fan as a kid growing up. I love the original trilogy. I grew up with the prequels, so I'm not as bigoted against them as a lot of people are. I know they're shitty movies, but they have a special place in my heart.
That seems to be everyone's opinion on them
Yeah.
that grew up.
Watching them.
Yeah.
And I just think they're and Star Wars is such a monumental item of our pop culture. It's just like a pop cultural artifact. And,
Yeah. I don't have
like
the
Star
picture
Wars.
anymore, but
I like Star Wars. You people don't even care about Star Wars. I like Star Wars.
when Phantom Pain came out, Phantom Pain, yep.
Metal Gear Solid.
I'm so like Star Wars. I was thinking about Metal Gear Solid.
God. It has to be
When
that way.
Phantom Menace came out, I actually went on Halloween. My brother went as Anakin, and I went as Darth Maul. Yeah. So any which way, spoiler-free review.
Here's another the first Star Wars action figure I got as a kid, I don't know why, was Padme. I remember because that was one I wanted. I don't know why. I thought
Cool.
Padme. I had a Padme action. I had a bunch of other Star Wars, like prequel ones, because it was when the prequels were coming out.
Padme's kind of a badass.
Yeah, I had the one when she's in the arena. That costume, and it had like the broken pillar as like a
Nice.
fucking what's it called?
Environmental thing.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
it. I'm like, that's so cool.
I remember getting, and I forgot exactly where it was, but it was like this dish-headed droid that sort of collapsed down into its head. And then when you tap the top of it, it would pop open. It would be the sort of B2 looking droid. I forgot what it was called, and I forget which movie it was in.
I like pit droids the best.
Let's see, which ones
Pit
are
droids
those?
are the ones with like the UFO heads and the little eyes.
Yes,
And their
yes.
tiny little bodies. They're like
And like
this
they have like
tall.
they have like the circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The circular eyes. Yeah. They're like
Yeah,
little
those are cool.
cyclopses. Pit droids are amazing.
I love how Star
Wait,
Wars.
is that the one that I'm thinking of? Did it do that?
Probably.
To me, I love Star Wars because it's like Flash Gordon with samurai ninja fucking Kira Kurosawa
I
shit.
can
And that's
see
great,
that.
and I love it. I love it. I love Star Wars.
Okay, so getting into
The movie that we just saw.
Yeah.
yeah,
Makes me sad.
Yep, that's it.
that's a pit droid.
Yep,
Pit
that's
droids
the
are
one I'm
adorable.
thinking of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, this is a spoiler-free review. Our spoiler review will be up after this. So spoiler-free review. Let's go through. I honestly liked it, but not because it was a great movie. Honestly, because Skywalker's over. I'm done with Skywalker. I don't care about the Skywalkers. I never have. I'm glad that it's over. We can actually move on now to the future of new Star Wars stories, new characters, new interesting ideas.
It's a whole fucking galaxy.
Yeah.
And everything but Rogue One has been about the same core crew. That's
Yeah.
part of the reason why I liked Rogue One a lot. Rogue One was pretty cool.
Okay, Cricket.
I have problems with this sequel trilogy overall. I would say the movie is a turn off your brain kind of movie to enjoy it. You have to do that.
Yeah, literally, Miner turned off his brain.
Yeah, he turned off everything. He went into sleep. He went into sleep mode like halfway through the beginning like weirdness. He was just done. You were out by that point. We looked over like
He's just like, Kylo.
yeah. As soon as
Babu Frick!
yes,
Babu Frick!
probably because there was roaring in the theater with us. There was no clapping. Like I didn't hear any clapping in the basically
Which is
empty.
good because unless you're at like a film festival or something where the creators are there, there's no fucking reason to clap at a movie theater. You're
Yeah.
clapping at a projector screen. You're
Yeah.
fucking idiots.
But I mean, like there was no cheering. There was no clapping. It was just like
Everyone just left.
there was some mumbles of like. I remember one guy who said, "That's it."
Really?
Yeah, like
It
he
might
was
have
off
been
in the
me.
corner.
Oh.
Like it was opposite to you.
Oh, okay.
It's like I was sat next to him.
I went the night of release, and people did clap at the end of the
Why
film.
would you clap for that? It wasn't even that good.
People clapped for it, and there was people who were very excited. I think it's because they were the Star Wars fans. They are the hardcore, I like Star Wars no matter how good or bad it is fans.
Like consume without regards to quality.
yeah, just like...
I clap when I
like,
see the thing.
there
I
was
know.
one person I was talking to after who kind of had the same opinion as I did. He's just like, he clapped more for the fact that it's finally over. It's finally done. The Skywalker series is done, and we can actually start seeing more. And I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Like, this is the end of Skywalker, and I couldn't be happier about it. I think it was a great ending. Just to put it out there as like, this is how it began, this is how it ended. That makes perfect sense to me. A little ham-fisted, but I don't care.
That was a major problem with this movie in general.
we haven't even gotten to Kaz yet.
Yes. So, I think the reason why part of the reason why I didn't like this movie is because, okay, so you have this huge sci-fi Disney movie budget, and you spend half the fucking movie people monologuing, all tell don't show. All they did was stand around and talk about their fucking thoughts and feelings, and that pisses me off. You need to, that's lazy, boring filmmaking.
Some of the best characters in this film are either droids, dead, or puppets.
Oh, yeah.
It's so...
That's
it's so,
disappointing.
like, how? You spend so much time trying to build up this chick.
We even got to... I don't even care. I don't care about that. This is a slight spoiler, but it's not really, because it doesn't really spoil anything, because we're not going to use any context here.
Yeah.
We actually got to see Leia with a lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
Leia trained with Luke.
Ray.
No,
Yeah.
Leia.
But I know what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah, we got to see Leia train with a lightsaber. Now, I'm not going to give any context to that, because just saying Leia with a lightsaber is just like, oh yeah, that's a pretty exciting scene. To me, I was more interested in that story. I was like, no, don't go back into the present. I don't care. I want to see Luke and Leia train. Like, Luke training Leia.
There were a lot of little tidbits where I'm like, that's cool, but then a second later they squandered it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, for more monologuing, okay.
Honestly, C-3PO held half of this movie on his friggin' back.
Yeah, he held about half.
I was laughing the entire time at C-3PO because
Babu Frick carried this movie.
He definitely had,
when
like,
he came up.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, but even before that, C-3PO was hilarious.
And then him interacting with C-3PO.
I just want to go on YouTube and I want to make a cut
Babu
of this
Frick
movie.
compilation.
Where, yeah,
Just all
like,
Babu Frick.
Yeah, no, it's like Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, whatever it's called. But only when Babu Frick is on screen. Best cut.
You can make that cut even shorter by showing only the scenes where Sith troopers show up.
Gosh.
That was a major problem for one thing I think all of us were excited for besides Minor. We squealed like little girls when we found out. We were sitting in the parking lot in a gas station getting like some drinks and stuff. And when we got in the car, we were letting the car warm up, and I looked at my cell phone and was going through some of the news stories, and I found out that J.J. Abrams said the Knights of Ren will be in Rise of Skywalker, and all three of us in the car were like, yes!
Yeah.
Those things...
They didn't do a lot with them.
They didn't...
But they did enough with them to just have them in the film.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was fine with that because they're like in the shadows, constantly stalking.
I feel like they could, in future stuff, take the Knights of Ren and push them to be like a major force after all of this.
What I felt when I was watching this movie is that they're trying to set this up as like this big emotional crescendo ending. But it all fell so flat because it was all so forced, so ham-fisted, so like, oh.
So J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, I didn't like the movie at all. The more I think about it, the less I like this movie.
That's why I said it's a turn off your brain to enjoy it kind of feel for me.
Which means it's trash.
Unfortunately.
I liked it, but only because, like I said, it's the end.
Yeah.
You don't have to see another Skywalker. You hate the Skywalkers.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I don't even hate all the Skywalkers. I love Luke. Cade Skywalker is one of my favorite characters of all time. But I feel like they squandered the opportunity to have Luke's Force Ghost actually be a prominent character.
Yeah.
Honestly, we saw a whole sequel trilogy. There was no Yuzan Vong. 0 out of 10.
Disney wrote out the Yuzan Vong.
Yeah.
I guess they're too violent and scary.
I want the Yuzan Vong to return.
I would love that.
I want the next...
Instead of having
I want like a horror movie in the Star Wars universe with Yuzan Vong.
Even if it's just like one ship or even just one Yuzan Vong, like on a thing, pulling a...
How about those weird tentacle worm monsters?
I kind of like those.
The one with like the weird force abilities.
Yeah.
They have like the noodle mouths.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the ones at the festival? Or is that different ones?
No, they're not in the movie. They've been written out of canon.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
We're talking about like magic space worms from the Outer Rim.
Right.
Do you know what's a cool... I know I should be talking about the EU right now because it's not what the nostalgic
It's fine.
It's turning into a Star Wars talk now. the fucking dark side of the Force witches. Do you know those people? Remember that?
Yeah.
What are they called? Night Sisters, whatever they're called.
Yeah, the Dothrokins or whatever they're
Yeah, I
called.
don't remember what they're called, but they were.
They're Darth Maul's species.
Yeah, they were. No, but they're witches.
Yeah,
Remember
they're
that?
Darth Maul's species.
And
they're
they like
females.
use the spirits of nature and the Force, like witch. That was cool.
The game Jedi Order, we actually go to the planet
Yeah.
after they've been killed.
Yeah.
So going on, we're gonna talk about Babu Frick now. I'll probably try to post a little picture of him on screen.
I would die for Babu Frick.
Babu Frick,
He is like if Baby
Amazing.
Yoda, like if you have like cute and ugly. So on one side you got Baby Yoda,
The
and on the
child.
other side the child, whatever. And then on the other side you've got like what's a good ugly?
Jabba.
Yeah, fine. We'll put Jabba on the other
Stinky.
side. Yeah, good. Stinky, his child. Put up like the Clone Wars version of him or something, so he looks less grotesque.
and
And
Babu Frick is in the middle.
He's like in the middle, maybe closer to Baby Yoda.
Also, I love how his voice lines are so expressive in an alien language, but
Yeah.
we can slightly
It's
understand.
kind of like R2D2's beeping.
Yes.
I love that
They definitely made that work.
they're talking about like wiping someone's memory, and he's just like, "Arigato go, memory go." And it's like, what? And then he's just like, "I'm not sure if I want to bop." And he just fucking does it, and he's like, "Oh,
I love.
It really hammers home this like.
I've only known Babu Frick for one day, but if anything happened to Babu Frick, I would kill everyone and then myself.
Babu Frick."
Oh.
The cult of Babu Frick has been started.
Oh God!
I want to be the Pope.
You joined the cult. No, it's like a Dark Souls thing. The cult of Babu Frick has been joined. The Covenant.
Yeah.
I also like that phrase. It seems like that's a new phrase that they've added into Star Wars. A droid smith.
That's not new.
Okay,
That droid
good.
Smiths forever.
I was
It's just
checking the
people
wiki and there
who
was
make-
no evidence. There was nothing other than this is the thing that Babu Frick
You know what's
is.
sad? Babu Frick is so small that I could never give him a hug.
Yep.
No, but you could pet him.
That's weird. That's demeaning.
Yeah.
That's demeaning.
Yeah, it's racist.
Yeah, that's demeaning.
Yeah, you're being fucking rude.
So moving on
Don't
from
talk shit about. Don't demean Babu Frick. I'll fucking fight you, and I'll win.
moving
Because I'll have
on.
the rage of defending Babu Frick on my side.
Moving on from that, the overall story here would take away all the terrible shit you dislike. Like the story overall, the beginning to end of the sequel trilogy. Honestly, it doesn't bother me too much. I think it had a high point in the middle. Of course, it's the movie you missed, The Last Jedi. That's honestly the high point for me because
Yeah, definitely. I like The Last Jedi.
I like it a lot. I think it's literally one of the only Star Wars movies I went in like, ugh, another Star Wars movie. Came out, I was like, I liked this.
Yeah.
Why did I like this? And then everyone else around me is like, God, I hate this. This isn't even Star Wars. But because they changed so much, and basically, was it Rian Johnson?
Yes, who's
It was
actually
like-
creative. And
Who
good
was just
director
like,
for it.
let's drop the past.
Mhm.
And then, literally, one of Kylo's quotes from that movie is, kill the past if you have to.
Mhm.
Let go of it. You don't need it anymore. And I think that was Rian Johnson's entire plan for the Star Wars going forward. Forget the past, kill it if you have to, because we don't need it. You don't need to rely on nostalgia to make a good Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
We should have had more focus on Rey. We should, Rian Johnson saying your parents were nobodies was literally a great idea of
Yeah.
pointing out that Rey came from nothing and no one, and it doesn't matter.
But not anymore.
But not anymore, yeah. We'll get into that in the spoiler.
Yeah.
Which is probably going to be a lot more angry. I feel like.
No,
'Cause we're
I
gonna
got
get
my
into the
anger out.
bits.
'Cause
Yeah,
my anger wasn't about the story; it's about how it was done.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's more about the shitting of nostalgia and keep recycling shit because a lot of Star Wars.
Even if it was primarily a nostalgia trap, and if it was done well, probably wouldn't piss me off that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're still reusing the same shit.
Yeah, but the reason why I don't like it is, like I said, it's lazy, boring filmmaking.
Yeah.
That's how I saw the movie. I was bored. for a
Like
lot
you
of
can
it.
have
I was bored for.
you can
quite
have a
few
pandering
scenes.
thing
Yeah.
that isn't lazy writing.
That's
of
why
itself.
I said like what kept me interested throughout most of the film was C-3PO. I kept laughing at
I
him.
really liked the Spice Runners in general. Like the Spice Runner girl, she was cool. And it's funny. You said it, but like the moment she came on screen, I said, "There's gonna be comic books about her." Everything about
Oh,
that
yeah.
thing screamed like
They-
this is
Could
comic
you-
book bait.
I'm sorry about this, but could you call her a Spice Girl then?
Can I hit him?
We talked about this after, by the way, after watching it. This movie was a hardcore like Chewie film.
Yeah.
And Chewbacca got a lot in this film, and
Actually, I like that he finally got a medal
he.
because in that original like scene at the end of New Hope,
It's not really much of a spoiler, honestly. He
Yeah. At the end, he gets his medal. Everyone pointed out the two.
doesn't
Luke
Babu
and-
Frick give it to him.
No, it was the lady,
It
the
was
orange
the
lady.
Yeah, you're right.
The one who
Oh, yeah,
has a crush on him. Yeah.
But the whole thing is like in that movie, at the end of New Hope, they give out the medals, but Chewbacca conspicuously doesn't have a medal, and that bigotry against Wookiees has finally been solved. Because I feel like that was a racist thing. They didn't want to give it to the brown furry guy.
I love that.
Chewbacca.
I love
Vindication.
I love that Chewbacca, like throughout this film, had like some of the bigger story marks. Especially like I'm not gonna spoil it because it's very important to find out what actually happens. There's an entire sequence of the movie where it's literally for Chewie,
Yeah.
literally and metaphorically for Chewie. Like
Praise Chewie.
we do this for Chewie.
For
Type
Chewie.
shit, and you can tell throughout the film writing like, oh yeah, this whole Chewie story is definitely the fanfic part. Like,
Yeah.
someone
Like
wrote an entire Chewie storyline and they just forced it into this movie.
because they like Chewie.
But it was well done.
Yeah.
Stewie, Chewie's part,
Stewie.
Stewie.
That's gonna be the name of his theoretical grandson. Sure.
That's
That's
that's what
this guy.
Chewie calls his stew.
Stewie. He's stew made of porgs, as we saw in episode 4. Not episode 4. episode
Porgs, man.
8.
Porgs. They're ugly, stupid penguin beasts who deserve to be burned. God, I
What's the
hate
animosity
porgs.
against porgs here?
You
Because
know-
they're ugly as shit and stupid and useless.
Okay, so they exist so Disney can sell stuffed animals of them.
Yes.
And I don't know anyone who honestly, like,
Here's
I
the
love porgs.
Here's the
They're
thing.
stupid.
When it came to that, firstly they were
You
inspired by the
underestimate white
puffins
people.
that were all over the island.
I underestimate white people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know people who like them.
Like Baby Groot. Baby Groot.
Fucking baby Groot.
I
You underestimate the power of
what I
white
thought was going to
American
happen. I don't know.
consumers.
Do we want to talk about the
Buy that
like?
shit.
I thought one of those porks was going to be thrown into that bonfire.
I mean, in the movie they do eat them.
They do eat
In
porgs.
the
yeah.
previous
Yeah.
movie. I mean, I'd eat a pork. They probably taste good.
I'd eat them all just to make them go extinct.
It'd be like this.
I wouldn't even eat them, actually. I just fucking burn them.
You become this massively fat person. Just
And then
You just turned
the
into
new
Jabba.
Jabba,
the new
yeah.
chat. Oh, more pork.
He's
Pork
yes.
up
You know what?
porgy.
You know what? Stinky comes back. Jabba's son comes back, and
What's
he's
with you and
addicted to
Stinky?
porgs.
You really love Stinky, like so much.
I want to see him come back.
No,
Yes.
no. The Hot Cartel is a You realize that Stinky is going to become a gangster who enslaves people, kills people, and like.
I want him to come
literal-
back as a villain that I would love to hate.
No, that's not how Huts work. They're not. They don't do their shit in public. You just fear them because they're like Dons
They're
of
like
the Mafia.
Don
Yeah.
Corleone,
Yeah, they do their shit in the they do their shit in the shadows, and you know, here's the thing though. Honestly, I have to say, I was glad about one thing they mentioned: Chewie's age. He's 250 years
Yeah.
old. That was a nice touch. I liked the idea. I thought they were gonna throw in some holocrons, but apparently no.
It's like some other kind of device.
Yeah, and you saw it too. You were like, "Oh look, a holocron."
That's a holocron?
Nope, it's not a holocron. We still haven't seen a holocron in a live-action movie.
Why are they taking so long to do that? That would be so
I think
cool.
most of them are destroyed.
Yeah.
That's why they have the books of the Jedi now instead of
Yeah.
the holocrons. Because, but here's the thing: like holocrons are better than books because only Jedi can read them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Only Jedi can use
Yeah.
holocrons. So like, Isn't that better?
Isn't that safer?
Any which way. The
This
only
time
time
we're not even reviewing the movie anymore. We're just talking about
Star Wars, yeah. I think that's kind of what we wanted to do. But,
Yeah.
so let's end the spoiler-free part. Happy holidays, everyone. That's going to date this video, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Happy holidays.
Thank you for joining us on this one. Look out for our spoiler one coming up. It should be like the Friday after this video goes up. This should be up on the 25th of December.
Yeah.
So if you have a lot of stuff you want to say about Star Wars,
Say it in the comments, man. Like, review the movie yourself in the comments if you want.
yeah, tell us why we're wrong. Do it.
Or why we're
Do it.
right. They actually use that in the film, too.
I know.
We gotta talk about that in the spoiler thing.
Oh, I loved it so much. I love that.
Okay.
Like, there's so many.
So,
small
thank you for joining us. I've been Hobo,
I've been Minor.
who said nothing. He doesn't matter.
I've been Cricket.
I've been Cosmonaut.
And we'll see you guys in the spoiler review. See ya!
Goodbye.